This is the Fives of Finance, where we make finance fun. Today, we're exploring that humble piece of plastic that has revolutionized our lives in countless ways, the credit card. But we're not just talking about your everyday groceries, your online shopping sprees, or your monthly utility bills. Those are far too mundane for our taste. We're about to embark on a journey into the peculiar, the odd, the downright bizarre. We're going to reveal 5 unusual items purchased using this little piece of plastic. Before we begin, we publish new content every week, so subscribe if you don't want to miss any new uploads. Let's begin. Most of us see a credit card as a convenient tool, a means to an end. We use it to pay for a cup of coffee, to book a flight, or to subscribe to a streaming service. But some people out there, they see it differently. They see it as a key to the strange and the extraordinary, a gateway to the unthinkable. And what might these unthinkable purchases be, you ask? Well, they range from the grand to the ghostly, and the extraterrestrial to the earthbound. We're talking about purchases that have the power to raise eyebrows, to drop jaws, to make you question what's possible. From the confines of a ghost town to the vast expanse of outer space, from the remnants of a meteorite to the depths of the ocean in a personal submarine, our journey promises to be obscure and exciting. So, are you ready to step into this world of peculiar purchases? To question the boundaries of what's possible with a credit card in hand? I hope so, because the ride promises to be as thrilling as it is bewildering. So buckle up as we delve into the peculiar world of credit card purchases. First on our list, imagine buying an entire town with your credit card. No, you didn't mishear that. An entire town. The year was 2018, and the subject of this entry is Brent Underwood, a regular guy with an extraordinary dream. Brent is an entrepreneur and urban explorer, fueled by a passion for forgotten places, and his dream was to own a piece of history. One day, while scrolling through his favorite property listings, Brent stumbled upon something that piqued his interest: a ghost town. The town in question was a relic of the past, a silver mining town from the late 19th century named Cerro Gordo. Nestled in the rugged hills of California, it was a place where time stood still. It was a town that had seen its heyday during the silver rush and then gradually faded into obscurity. The price tag? A cool $1.5 million. For most of us, that's a number that makes us gulp, but for our urban explorer, it was a challenge he was willing to face. He didn't have $1.5 million lying around, but he had something else, a credit card with a rather generous limit. So, he did what any passionate, determined dreamer would do. He took a leap of faith and bought the town, all 1,000 acres of it, on his credit card. Yes, you heard that right. He bought the ghost town of Cerro Gordo, lock, stock, and barrel, with a simple swipe of plastic. His motivations? To preserve the town's history, to breathe new life into it, and to provide a unique retreat for fellow urban explorers. He saw potential where others saw ruins. He saw a chance to own a piece of the past and shape it into a future worth living. So, the next time you're thinking about a big purchase, remember, someone out there bought a whole town. Moving on to our second strange purchase, space, the final frontier. Yes, that's right. Someone actually used their credit card to book a future trip to space. It sounds like something straight out of a science fiction novel, doesn't it? But this is the 21st century, where the impossible becomes possible and the extraordinary becomes the norm. So who's offering this out-of-this-world service? A company known as Space Adventures. They're in the business of turning starry-eyed dreamers into astronauts, or at least space tourists. For the low price of just $20 million, you too can secure a seat on a spacecraft destined for the cosmos. Now, let's talk about the brave soul who decided to swipe their credit card for this astronomical charge. Their identity remains anonymous, but we do know they're a multimillionaire with a penchant for adventure and a love for the unknown. When asked about their reasons for such an extraordinary booking, they simply said, "Why not?" They added, "It's been a dream of mine since I was a child. Now that it's within my reach, why wouldn't I grab it?" You might be wondering about the logistics of this space voyage. Well, the itinerary includes a 2-week stay at the International Space Station, where guests can experience zero gravity, witness breathtaking views of Earth, and participate in research activities. And if you're worried about safety, rest assured, Space Adventures promises a comprehensive training program to ensure you're well prepared for your journey into the great unknown. So there you have it, folks. A credit card purchase that's literally out of this world. It's a fascinating reminder of the lengths some people will go to make their wildest dreams come true, even if it means venturing into the final frontier. If you thought a cruise was an extravagant vacation, think again. Our third bizarre credit card purchase literally and figuratively secured someone a piece of the heavens. We've all had moments where we've seen something online, and we just had to have it. But how many of us can say we've bought a piece of the universe? Enter our next credit card adventure, where we have a buyer who did exactly that. They purchased a meteorite. Meteorites aren't just your average rock either. These celestial rocks are messengers from the cosmos, a tangible piece of the great mystery that is our universe. Originating from the asteroid belt located between Mars and Jupiter, this meteorite embarked on a journey spanning millions of miles and countless years, only to end up as a line item on a credit card statement. Quite the unexpected end to such a fantastic journey. Meteorites obviously aren't your run-of-the-mill purchase. They're not exactly listed on your favorite online retail platform. So how did this space traveler end up in the hands of the owner? This particular meteorite was actually auctioned off, and our buyer, an avid space enthusiast, saw this as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. With a quick swipe of their card, they became the proud owner of a piece of space history. As for the price tag on this extraterrestrial acquisition, it certainly wasn't cheap. The cost of this meteorite ran into the thousands, but for our buyer, the price was worth it. Their fascination with space and celestial objects was more than just a hobby. It was a passion, a desire to feel closer to the cosmos, to own a piece of the universe's grand tapestry. And so, with a simple transaction, a piece of the universe found a new home here on Earth. When you think of Smurfs, the last thing you think of is body odor. But not if you're Jane Wallace, a communications representative from Los Angeles, who had the putrid problem of a stinky Smurf. We'll explain what we mean. Jane was doing PR for Smurf toys and was touring with an actor who had to wear a Smurf costume day after day, sometimes for hours at a time. We imagine that mascot costumes are like soft, fuzzy, colorful ovens because they don't have the best ventilation. According to MascotsUnited.com, internal temperatures in a mascot costume can exceed 140 degrees Fahrenheit. It wouldn't take long for your Smurf suit to become a Smurf sauna. Sure, there are ways to keep cool, including motorized fans to help circulate air and even cooling vests, but often these methods are short-lived at best. Jane soon caught wind that the Smurf smelled because the children who mainly went to these promotional events started to complain that the costumes stank. We'd give anything to see the face of the guy who took this cleaning job. Our final strange credit card purchase dives deep under the sea. Imagine this, you're browsing the internet and suddenly you stumble upon a submarine for sale. But not just any submarine, a fully functional, decked-out underwater vessel. Most of us would probably chuckle and move along, but one adventurous soul saw this as a golden opportunity. With a quick swipe of their credit card, they became the proud owner of their very own submarine. The price tag? A cool $2 million. But why, you may ask? They could literally have bought anything else with that money. Well, the buyer simply stated they had a deep-seated love for the ocean and a burning curiosity to explore what lies beneath. When asked about the practicality of their purchase, they just shrugged and said, why not? So the next time you use your credit card, remember, the sky or the ocean is the limit. What did you think of these unusual buys? And what's the most offbeat thing you've ever bought with your credit card? Let us know in the comments. For more lists about peculiar purchases and exotic acquisitions, be sure to subscribe to The Fives.